Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
All right, What's on Tap podcast. And very excited today because we're joined by Martin once again.
Woo.
The new regular show co-host, apparently. And he brought a couple of very exciting beers for us to try today.
Yes, I did.
So what did you bring?
I brought 2 cans from Swedish brewers Wizard Brewing, which is the cooperation between Mikrofonbryggeriet and Morgondagens Bryggeri.
Yes.
And they have quickly risen to the top of the charts at Untapped in Sweden.
Yeah, so they've only released just a handful of beers, under 10 or?
I found 6,
all right.
4 of which have a lot of ratings, and 2 that have basically no ratings. So maybe that was a pre-release or something.
Yeah, some weird festival or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, and so within just 6 beers, they're all highly rated. They're all sours, actually, Berliner Weisse, as far as I know.
Yep.
And they're like in the number 1 or number 2 in Sweden.
Number 1.
Number 1 in Sweden right now. That's kind of crazy that they can have so few beers and yet get such a high rating. I feel like the scoring process on Untapped is a little wonky if that's the case. Like,
yeah, you need to get 1,000 unique different ratings, but that only takes, with 4 beers, that only takes 250 people drinking all 4.
Exactly,
and you're there.
So if you go to a festival, you can pretty much get your 1,000 check-ins pretty quickly.
Yeah. One of them is super purple, and it's made with black currants, ginger, and lime.
Yeah, that was called Sky's the Limit.
Yep.
So let's try that one first. Definitely get the lime and the ginger. Very strong. It almost smells like what do you call the lime zest?
Yeah.
On this, and there's a lot of ginger. Oh my god, so much ginger.
This is probably healthy.
It probably is going to burn, yeah. And the color is this beautiful kind of purplish magenta kind of color.
But it looks like a smoothie.
It does look like a smoothie. And it smells like if you went to a health food store and said, give me one of your
boost shots. Like
boost shot, like with beets and ginger and apple and that kind of thing, because it smells really, really intensely ginger.
Yeah,
so I'm a little scared.
Let's try it. Cheers.
Yeah, there's definitely a strong
lime and ginger,
but it's not like it doesn't overpower you. It doesn't. It's kind of like it's pretty well balanced, I would say. Right, because the ginger could be just wildly intense.
Yeah. What I thoroughly enjoy is the aftertaste, where the black currants can actually be sensed.
Yeah.
I feel them in the aftertaste, but not in the... When I fill my mouth with beer, there are no black currants.
No, it is all ginger and lime.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, after it kind of fades away, you get the black currant coming through in the finish.
And that is pretty neat when brewers manage to combine flavors in a way where when one fades, the other one is still there. So I just double checked, and yes, they are still number 1, and then Psychopipes is 2, and they're brewing 3, and Attic Meadery is 4.
And so only 6 beers so far.
Yep.
How do I go back a level 1? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. And then Malmo Meadery, which is not even really a thing, kind of.
But it is.
It is, but at the same time, it again, they just started. I mean, they probably only have
Malmo Meadery have like
13, 7 beers, so they have one more than
yeah. As a super small side note about Malmo Meadery is that they've started a Europe-wide distribution network for meads.
Really?
In cooperation with Superstition.
Nice.
I saw I was at Malmö Tap Room and I saw them bring in 8 different superstition meads in bottles that they're going to sell at some time. Due to this new, so meads are making a big upswing in Europe.
Well, beer nerds are always looking for the next new trend.
Yeah,
it does seem like meads have been growing and growing over the past I would say 3 years.
Yep.
Thanks to Setapaya and superstition and so many different ones. So it's always kind of exciting to see something else coming around, which was basically considered a dead form maybe like 5 years ago even.
Yeah, but especially in Europe, where all we thought about, because Northern Europe, Sweden and Scandinavia, has a history of meads.
Yeah,
where that's a part of our more ancient culture, but those were all strong honey meads, super boozy, super honey. What we're seeing now is the candy meads.
Yeah, that's one of the things I hated about mead for the longest time. It just was so cloyingly honey sweet.
Yes,
I just could not drink meads. So even when first got the chance to start trying them a few years ago, I was still rather reluctant to get into that area because I'm just like, oh, this is just going to be. Ugh. But I got to say, they're making some crazy good stuff these days.
Yeah. But that's just a side note. So out of the 5 top Swedish breweries, 2 of them are meaderies.
Yeah. And 3 of them are based in Skåne?
No, Psychopipes and the Nerd Brewing are Malmö, but where we're drinking now is Gothenburg.
It's Gothenburg, right. But it's Psychopipes. It was Malmö Meadery.
Yeah. You're counting Malmö Meadery.
Well, I mean, it was the top five breweries. 3 of them are from Skåne. So I'm just saying that's pretty impressive that our beer heritage is.
That is completely true.
Is kicking ass over the rest of Sweden. Because you would think that, because you think of the big names of breweries in Sweden, I mean, they're all focused around Stockholm and Gothenburg. Yes. Yeah. Matter of fact, where was it? Someplace was having a Gothenburg tap takeover. I want to say it was in the UK, maybe. And I thought that was pretty interesting. All of these, from the really great ones to the ones that are like,
yeah, exactly.
They were all going to this tap takeover, and I wish I could remember where it was when I saw that, but it was kind of interesting to see that there's that many that they can choose from.
Yeah, nice. But here, the combination of 2 brewers, Mikrofoonbryggeriet, we've talked about them countless times before. I think they're based in Gothenburg, but I'm not sure.
I thought they were in Stockholm, but they could be. No, yeah, they are based in Gothenburg. Yeah.
And then Morgendagens, they're based in Hamburgsund, which is outside of Gothenburg.
All right.
It's a bit like cheating because both of these 2 breweries are respected in their own rights. Morgendagens probably more so because they do make better beers. But having 2 craft brewers making a 3rd label is quite
dedicated to what apparently is just Berliner Weisse.
Yeah,
which is really, really weird. Just to clue in on a particular style and just keep going for it. So sky's the limit. What would you give this?
This one is a difficult one because the initial flavor is off-putting to me. I don't like this amount of ginger and lime, but the aftertaste with the black currants, I have a personal love for currants, the red, white, black. I'm gonna give it a 4 based on the aftertaste, not on the initial taste.
All right, that's very respectable. I think the ginger and the lime is really pleasant. I think the black currant makes it just a little more sour in the end, give it a little more of a pop, and actually undercuts what could just be a horrible lime and ginger bomb. It's still really got a lot of lime and ginger, but not as intense as it could be. I think I'm going to go with a 3.5 on this one.
Yep.
Okay. So next up we have
Bats,
which is mango, pineapple, passion fruit, apricot. That's a lot.
A lot of fruits.
It is, and it is really, really orange, almost like fruit juice, kind of like tropical fruit juice.
Yeah.
Oh, and you definitely get the pineapple and the passion fruit.
Yes, this smells
a little
amazing.
Apricot. Oh yeah, this smells so good. This is going to be so good. All right,
cheers.
Cheers. Wow, that is like drinking like apricot pineapple juice.
Yes.
The mango kind of sweetens it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the passion fruit, of course, gives you that little accent of sour note. Wow, that's really good.
This is really delicious. This is where I realize, they belong in the top. If Sky's the Limit was the only beer, now that I'm comparing them, I might want to lower the Sky's the Limit to 3.75.
Yeah.
Because now I have something to anchor my taste towards.
Yeah.
And then I can interject one more side note. These cans, they have a design which is, I really love it. It's this dreamlike fantasy landscape. Sky's the Limit is like a house on the clouds with a small observatory tower. It's great. And Bats is like flying houses with bat wings.
Yeah.
And
it's like belfries. They're flying belfries.
Yeah.
With some reason there's people underneath it.
Yeah, the people seem to. Yeah, it's just weird. Anyone who listens needs to Google these labels. But I happen to know that Systembolaget had a problem with these labels because they are the reasoning was they were fantastical creations and fantastical fantasy landscapes appeal to children somehow. I completely disagree.
Well, I would say, like, I understand the reasoning. These are, I mean, if you were to find these as a book cover to a children's book, it would not surprise me.
No,
because they're pretty wildly elaborate and imaginative. And Alexander Janssen has done a great job with these labels. They are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think that they're a little far-reaching with that decision. It's kind of like, well, first of all, children would have to be in Systembolaget and then be able to buy this. And so even if you had them at home, it's not like a kid's going to go in and, I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I don't think most children would go in and just grab beers if they've been told not to drink them.
No. But with that reasoning, I can think of so many labels that have like a cartoon car on them. Like All Day IPA from Founders is quite a cartoony.
Yeah, I mean, there's
like, so many.
I mean, you think about Edmondson, their labels are extremely cartoony and graphic. Or what's the LaQuince? I can't remember.
Yeah, the Spanish brewery.
Spanish brewery, right? They're extremely cartoony labels. So yeah, I feel that it's a kind of a bullshitty thing to say.
Just quoting fantasy and making that. I disagree.
Well, both of these cans come in at 4.5%, making them super accessible and easy to drink for the summer. They come in a 33 centiliter can, so it's really cute little narrow can. I like it.
Yeah, so I bought these off of glasbanken.se, but prior to today, they have had one beer at Systembolaget with what's called Puppet Head.
Yeah.
And I think we will be seeing more on the shelves whenever they get past this
stupid labeling issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can just put a big black dot over everything.
That sounds like a great compromise.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this beer is exceptional. And then this is the Bats.
Yes.
I'm going to give this a 4.5.
I will as well.
Because it's just juicy and delicious, and it's a light carbonation to it.
Yeah.
So much fun to drink.
We should have been sitting out in the sun.
We should have.
Yes.
All right. Next time.
Okay.
So you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you can find quality podcast. So until next time,
keep drinking it, Dum Dum.